good morning. Today we're going to make our pyramid. The first thing that you're going to need is to pick a piece of colored paper that you would like your pyramid made out of. You'll need your template. This one is the same size as this. Yours will be on a bright hot red paper to use. You'll take your template, you'll go ahead and set it down on your paper. Don't set it down in the middle of your paper. Pull it over to the edge where you can still use this sheet. If we put it right in the middle, all of this paper ends up being wasted, and we can use it for other things. It might turn into leaves on a tree. You never know. You just never know. So I'm going to put my template down in the corner. I'm going to take a pen. Oh, there it is. I'm going to grab my pen. I'm going to hold my template very firmly, 3 fingers apart to give it that tightness. And then I'm going to just pick a point and start tracing my outside of my template right along the edge. Now, sometimes things happen, like your dog comes by and bumps you, boom, and your template gets out of whack. Don't worry. All you have to do is put it back, match up the edges. I'm going to make sure it's matched here. There's where I finished and up where I started. And I should be able to just keep going. So I'm going to trace all the way around. It's a little bit hard when you get around on the edge. You have to sort of tuck your elbow in to get. And there it is. That's where I started. I'm going to lift it up, and I should have, yep, the outline of our template. That's going to be that. So these dashed lines here, these are symbols that mean we're going to fold our paper along these lines. In order to make the fold clean, it's easier to use them to score the paper. So you'll be able to see, there's the center of our box, and these are the edges. These are going to be where those go. This one's a little bit smaller than this one. So we're going to score the edges. Put the lid on my cap. I'm going to, at this point, I need to take my straight edge and look at where these dotted lines are. They go from corner to corner. So I'm going to take my straight edge and line it up on the edge. I'm going to take my good old plastic knife and I'm going to measure twice. I'm going to look twice, the corner to the corner. I'm going to press down with this hand. I'm pressing pretty hard. My fingers are turning white. And I'm going to take the folder with my index finger holding the top, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of pressure right along that straight edge. And I'm going to make, you'll feel with your finger and you can see the paper has turned a little bit white there. So I will go from corner to corner there. I will go corner to corner here. This will be the bottom of our pyramid. The two-dimensional shape would be the square. Corner to corner. And if I'm not sure, I have my template, which will help me look and see. And then corner to corner here. So there's the base of my pyramid done. Then there's these lines right here. These are going to be flaps that fold in, and this is going to be how we glue our pyramid together. The flaps are tucked in just under there, and we're going to put glue on here. But I still need to score it. Let me use this straight edge so y'all can see they all work. Here's the corner, put it here so you can see it. This flap, corner to corner. So I'm going to put my straight edge there and there. Hold it down and just draw my knife across. You can see the little fold there. And then corner to corner right there. There it goes. Let's see. I got to look twice. If I put my knife right there and then tip it, there we go. Corner to corner. All right. And I can see a little triangle right in there. We're going to do the same thing up here on this flap. Corner to corner. Oh, I got to see where I'm going. I'm going right there. Sometimes you have to stop and look for a minute. There we go. Corner to corner. And then one more time. Corner. Here's there. To there. Here to here. All right. Now I'm going to stop and check. All of them have been scored. All right. Next, I'm going to take my colored pencil crayons and I am going to draw my pattern. I can see the lines here where the scores are. I can see where my lines are going to be. And just like the cooking shows, watch this. Abracadabra. I am finished coloring. This is the design I chose. Before I started coloring, I checked my crayons to see what will they look like on this paper. Is this the color I really want? Because they look a little bit different on white paper than they do on the blue paper. So I always check. Here's another color paper. Ooh, look at what that looks like there. They're all a little different. So check your crayons before you start coloring and put anything you want in there. You could draw a picture. You could make a pattern. You could make them solid. You could use markers. You could use paints. Sky's the limit. After you get your drawing done, I even decided to put circles on the bottom. So my pyramid in this one, the bottom will have this bullseye on it. So now, after I do that, it's time to cut. As you can see, I already cheated a little bit. I'm going to take my scissors and start cutting the outline of my pyramid. I'm going to go carefully and thoughtfully because I don't want to rush this. It's a lot of time to do this, and I want something really beautiful when I get done. I have to turn my paper this way and that to make my cuts. So you can see. So I will finish cutting all of this out, and then abracadabra, it'll be all cut out. This one's a little smaller. It's a different one. On this one, I made little circles with my black pen and then just took crayon right over it, right along the edge. Now is when we're going to find out how much scoring that paper made a difference. We're going to pick up our piece and very gently start to bend, and you'll see without much effort, your paper will just fold so easily. Now we have to glue it together. Let's see what we've got. I didn't really know. This will be the first time I've seen this too. What do you think? All right. So the first thing I need to do is get my glue. This can be a little bit tricky. You have to be patient. In this case, it's going to be a little bit more than dot, dot, not a lot. This is going to be what they call a bead, but it's going to be pretty small. If you're not sure about doing your glue, practice on an old piece of newspaper. I can just feel it squeezing out. This is called a bead of glue. If the glue gets away and makes kind of a big mess and it splashes over on the other sides, doesn't matter because it's going to dry clear and it'll wash out at anything it shouldn't be on. So I'm going to match up my edge there, and I'm going to hold it with my fingers. I'm going to match up this edge here, and I'm going to hold it with my fingers. And then, I wish we had that song. If I could remember Miss Adams' song. If you can remember your multiplication song, this would be the time that you could sing it. It could be like the hand washing songs. So I'm just going to hold it there for a few minutes. Let that glue set. Now, because I didn't push this paper really hard, it's sort of flopping over this way. When I fold it in, it's going to push against the inside edge. So it'll make it really strong. Okay, that looks like it's going to hold long enough. It's not dry. If I start picking at it, it's going to open up. But I'm not going to do that. Don't you either. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put another bead right along here. Let's see. There it goes. And there it goes. All right. Now we're going to do the inside. I have to get this inside. I might get a little bit of glue all over me, but that's okay because there we go. You should be wearing aprons or something. All right. Then just give a little bit of gentle pressure and hold this side together too. I found that doing two sides at a time for me worked really well. Some of you may only want to do one side. If you have some help in your house from your grown-ups or somebody, that would be great. There we go. There's a baby pyramid. They look kind of different, don't they? Well, and then this one is going to be the middle size. All right. Let's see. Might as well keep going. There we go. So the thing that you need to remember is these templates that I've given you, you can use these over and over and over, and you can make all different kinds of things. For these, this is just fun things to do to make these squares. Might want to put them on your windowsill. You could make houses out of them. Remember I told you in the first video you could make a diorama. So here's those folds again. Here we go. I've already used the bone folder. Gently. Gently. See, if I hadn't scored this paper, it would be really hard to make it even. The paper would probably want to rip. So it's kind of important to score them. That one. And, oh, creak. There we go. And you can see I'm being very gentle. I'm not forcing the paper. It's going to go where I want it to go because I made those scores. Here we go. Here's this one. I wonder what this one's going to look like. This one doesn't have any pen on it. That one. There we go. I'm going to have 3 pyramids. All right. The thing that took me the longest was actually the coloring, deciding what I wanted to color. All right, here we go. A bead of glue. All right. Here we go. This one is bigger. It might be easier for me. We're going to see. Remember what I told you? You'll do what's comfortable for you, and you can experiment. This one, I think I'm just going to do one side. Yeah, because it's bigger. So I need to sort of hold it in place. I'm putting one finger behind here to hold it, and the other finger is putting the pressure on it. Do, 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 do. And you would sing a song. I hope that you've been having a good time. I've been reading lots of books, doing all kinds of gardening. I love to read, of course. I hope you do too. I hope you're helping your folks. I know some of you are helping your folks in their gardens. All right, here's this other one. I'm going to give it a little bit of a fold again. There it is. A little bit of glue. All right. And there we go. Ha! This one's pretty wild, isn't it? This one's pretty wild. Wow. You know what I think it needs is a little dark thing. I wonder what I could use. Oh, now see, this one looks like it might be easier to use both sides. Now that I have that shape in, I'm gonna take a bead along there and a bead along here. Here we go. Wish me luck. All right, fold them in. I gotta sort of work it in a little bit. If you need help from a grown-up, you can get it, but I think it's a case of perseverance and not yet. I got glue all over me. It's Elmer's glue, though. It's going to come right off. Let's press, press, press. What do you think? I can't wait to see what some of you do, what you would color on your pyramid. How would you make it look? You gotta just hold it for a minute. Don't want to hold it too tight. Just enough. There we go. Now I have 3 different size pyramids. I hope you had fun. I can't wait to see what you do. I do want to tell you, if you see something like you don't really like this, you could say, I wonder what would happen if. What would happen if I made a circle shape out of a different color? What would that look like? I don't have to glue it yet. I can just see. Do I like that? Gee, that's kind of different. What if I put this on and then a big red dot on top of that? Would that make a pretty pattern? Maybe not. Maybe I didn't really like this and I decided it would be fun to kind of color in the insides of these and make them dark. Maybe do that on a different side. You can keep going with these. You don't have to say you're finished. So, have fun with the experiment. See what you think. I'm just going to color in the in-between the circles on this side and see what we get. So that's what I mean by let your imagination roam. See what you like. Oh, that's going to look very different, isn't it? And if I did this and then said, oh, I ruined it, I hate it. No worries. It's just construction paper. I can make another one. These will be fun. Have fun, kids.